Hey Pony Pals, we're here again today. We have another video. This one is My Little Pony TCG cards, Discord edition, which is now available in stores.
Yeah, this just released last Friday, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah,
You want a close-up shot?
beautiful box.
Actually, it is very pretty.
Yeah, this comes after Fantasy Wonderland release, so this is the second American release. Then they have a very different rarity scale. And we're looking for, what is it, a star sapphire?
Yeah, this time it actually is a star, not a diamond.
So those are the rarities we're looking for. I guess we'll find out as we open them. So I haven't opened one of these style boxes before, but I think I'm just going to pull this tab here.
Nice. That was nice and easy.
See what's supposed to happen
What's
next here.
What's in there?
I guess that just opens up. I don't know what this is, why that's like that.
I don't know, but we'll just leave it, I guess, right?
Pull out, and I believe this is 20 packs.
Okay, I'll grab this side, you grab that side.
Yeah. And then I'll grab the box so I can refer to it on the rarity scale. So who goes first?
Why don't you go first?
All right, I'll go first. Let me double check my count.
Yeah, me
2,
too.
4, 6, 8. I got 9. Did I miss one?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
We had an extra one on my side.
Maybe one shifted in shipping. So let's go ahead and
let's do it.
start off with our first pack and see what we get here and try to look at the rarity levels. So these are what they refer to as story cards.
And they're horizontal, correct?
They're horizontal.
For playing, okay.
And I don't know the game too well.
The hot spot.
And, ooh, this looks
nice
nice and shiny.
Ooh, that's pretty.
What is that? If I can hold it.
Rarity?
That's
I'd
rarity.
read it, but I can't really see it.
So down at the bottom, they're supposed to have the rarity. This is a CR. BP02CR. It's a real pretty card, though.
And it gives instructions on the card of what your turn will entail. So
okay. And this is what they refer to as a scene card.
okay.
So you can only have so many stories and so many scenes
On the board.
in your deck. Yes,
Okay.
yes. And you can only have 4 of each individual card, and I think it's a lot like other TCGs with like sorcery, where
Magic the Gathering.
yeah, where you have a primary card like an avatar.
And usually they're called sight cards a lot of times, or land cards.
It's Pinkie Pie
Pinkie Pie.
and Spikers.
Well,
Pat Day, that's a pretty one.
Ooh,
So that is
playing in the
that is an
fountain.
SPR.
Okay,
So
that is pretty. We're gonna put all the pretty cards up here.
that is a very high-end card.
And this one says your Pinkie Pie gets +1 inspiration until the end of this contact.
Okay.
That's a beautiful card. And physical training.
So these are a little bit harder to tell the rarity on. So that is an SPR.
That is.
So we didn't even know we got a big hit.
Nice. I was liking that happen.
Yeah, if you look at the, if I can get this open. All right, here's our story card.
Okay.
And there's Filthy Rich.
Okay, that is your story card.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
that's a
still
story
learning.
card.
Okay. We got
And
that one.
this is Pinkie
We
Pie.
got that one the other day when we opened just the 5 packs
Yeah.
from Best Buy.
This is a GR.
Still
So
beautiful.
I'd have to look. And there's another scene. And there is Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash.
All right.
You gonna check on that?
Yep, I see the SR. That's only the 3rd up on the rarity scale, and there's a lot of scale.
Wow.
There's a
We got Spike
Spike.
again. Zakora. A
Backyard and Sweet Apple Acres.
and that's called a what again?
That's a scene.
Okay, getting it. A scene card and Pet Day
Neato.
and Twilight Sparkle.
I think they're pretty easy to spot which ones are the higher rarity.
Yeah.
I mean, might be a little difference from they call them SPRs. I think that means like Super Sapphire or something. I
That
have
would
to
make
look that up.
sense, actually.
All right, there's Spike again. There's Rainbow Dash again.
That
Ooh.
one's pretty.
This is an SR, so this isn't super rare.
Fluttershy. Okay, still beautiful. Ooh, like that one.
This is an ER.
And that's the Golden Oak Library
So that's
floor
a
2.
scene.
That's a floor 2 in a
All
library.
right, put that one on the side.
Okay.
And this one is an SPR.
Nice. Laundry
Okay.
Works. Okay.
All right. What did we say this one was? Let me look.
I already forgot. Sorry. You said put it aside, so I
This
tried.
is a ER.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of mid-tier.
All right. We got Sweetie Belle. We've got Sweet and Elite, Best Friends Ever. It's pretty. Looks like someone's getting married.
Mm-hmm. It's a very nice card. Ooh.
Ooh.
What is that?
We got a
one?
rarity.
And that is a. I can't see it. OR? Does it say
CR? No, CR 12. I
Oh,
don't
a
know.
CR? That can't be a CR.
I don't
Looks
know.
too
You'll have to
nice.
look at it.
Okay.
Choose one plan in your story area. Okay. All right, I'll give that one to you. And we've got Backyard Sweet Apple Acres and Discord.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
the CR is like the fifth lowest, but there's like 13 different tiers.
That's
of
a lot to
rarity.
try
Yeah, it's
to-
a lot of rarity tiers.
I'm
so
just
it's,
kind of looking how pretty it is.
so it's not super high, but it's up there.
All right.
All right.
That's
Here
cute.
we got baby cakes.
That's adorable.
Lesson 0. I'm just here for the big ones.
I know.
There's our scene.
Cool.
And I don't know if there's special rarities with the scenes
I
or
don't
not.
think so. I don't think so. A sip of coffee.
There's an SPR.
Applejack.
An Applejack. All right, your turn.
Nice, nice, nice. All right. And we got Filthy Rich.
Yeah, Filthy Rich.
You see him a lot. Applejack.
Ooh.
Ooh, rarity.
What's it? That's an SR.
An SR unicorn rarity. Oh, that is pretty.
Which isn't super high. It's only the third up. Still a really
like
nice
it.
card. Yes.
And we got Rainbow Pool in Cloudsdale.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty. And Arrange the Bookshelf.
And I noticed that these cards have a little bit of a different card stock than the regular collector
Yeah,
cards. They
they do
feel more gloss. They feel glossier, and they
Yeah,
slide
there
a
is a
lot easier.
gloss on
I think they really designed these to be played. But
Discord.
ooh, what is this?
Ooh. She's getting licked by a jaguar.
Ooh. This is a GR.
Fluttershy.
That's really nice.
Oh, I love these cards.
Yeah, that's a real pretty one.
Wow.
Put that one to the
Wow,
side.
wow, wow.
There's the scenes. I don't really like the scenes.
They're just part of the gameplay, though.
Yeah. And there's Pinkie Pie. Your
Nice.
turn. What did we say this was again? This was a GR.
All right.
Pretty high up.
Good. This is the last roundup. Looks like we've got Applejack. And we've got Rainbow Dash. Whoop, this one's peeking out. Fitting Room
yeah.
of Carousel Boutique. Friendship Letter. And Party Card.
Nice. So yeah, I went out and made sure that I got enough of these boxes just in case.
Yeah.
Because
To
if
collect
it,
them, you mean, in
yeah,
case?
because if it
Yeah.
ends up being like
Magic the Gathering.
or even
Pokemon.
some of the later TCGs, they got very, very expensive.
Yeah, TCGs can become very popular
Yeah.
and very in demand.
There's another scene. And there's
Pinkie
Pinkie
Pie.
Pie.
Taking a
That's a U. I think that just means unique, very low
Okay.
level. And Laundry Works. That's it.
Well, I think some of the cards have to be low level to play the game.
Well, of
You know what I
course.
mean? I don't know a lot about playing, but I'm guessing that. All right, whoop, there we go. And that says Hurricane Fluttershy.
Hurricane Fluttershy.
Okay, let me get
So
these
she's
cards in my
pulling
hand.
something.
We've seen that
Pinkie
one.
Pie. Ooh.
We got Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash. That's an SR. That's
Okay.
kind of mid-tier.
Mid-tier, but very, very pretty.
Or the third tier up. Yep. And there's
Living
another
room
scene.
of Fluttershy's cottage. And visit the sculpture garden. All right?
My turn.
Yep, your turn.
Okay. What do we got? There's lesson 0 again.
Okay.
And Twilight Sparkle. Ooh.
Ooh, pretty.
What is that? That is an RR.
What the heck's an RR?
I don't know. It's on the box over there. Very pretty. Look at that card.
An RR?
Yeah.
There's 6 types, so it's up on the higher end.
Okay.
It's like the third from the top.
Third from the top?
Yeah, that
okay,
one-
so it's pretty high up there.
That was pretty high
That's
up
a
there.
very pretty card.
Yeah.
Put that up there. Okay.
And that's it for you?
Yep.
On that one? All right.
I got 3 packs left.
Yep, me too. Okay, we got Rarity. We've got Rainbow Dash. May the best pet win. The accident? Okay,
I
that's
guess if it was
interesting.
crying.
Yeah. Storefront of Sugar Cube Corner.
Okay.
Party Cannon.
Okay.
And Toss and Catch 'em.
Ooh.
Neat.
All right.
Sounds like fun. I kind of want to learn to play.
Yeah, they did make these packs where you rip them open with the tab.
The little notch
really
tab. Yeah.
I've seen that on the Europe or the C versions of
Mm-hmm.
the collector cards. I don't like the way those. I like to be able to rip the pack open. Ooh.
Twilight Sparkle.
So that's another SR.
Okay, nice.
Did we see her before? It just looks so.
I don't think that specific one, but probably.
Real pretty card.
Yeah, we'll have to go through it on a review.
There's another scene, and there's Fluttershy.
Nice.
All right.
And here's the knot she's talking about.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering.
I don't know why they did that. It kind of
I don't know.
makes it more difficult than the.
Somebody thought it was a good
Yeah.
idea. Granny Smith. The last roundup, we saw that one.
Okay.
Ooh, that one's
Applejack.
bright and pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it.
That's a SR too.
Okay.
So I kind of
Pretty.
see the SRs kind of like the URs.
Oh, yeah,
They
and
kinda
other
give
the moon
same look and
editions.
feel, the mid tiers.
Oh, this one's cute. Juice the grape. And she's in a bunch of
Pretty.
grapes. Sweet.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's see. Get this open. All right. All right, there is Sweet Elite. Ah. Apple Bloom.
Cute.
I don't know which way the cards need to go half the time. So this is another SR.
Okay, big
Kind of like the UR.
Macintosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really neat.
Beautiful.
There's, I don't care for the scenes, but all right.
Yeah, they're not as fun to open.
No, they all look the same too.
Yeah,
They just
just different colors,
Yeah.
different areas. All right, well, we're getting down to you've got one left, and then after this one, I've got one left. Fluttershy.
Fluttershy.
We've seen that one.
Here's your scene.
Rainbow Dash.
Dash.
I didn't get anything good
I
out
feel
of
like you
this
got ripped
one.
off on that one.
Yeah.
I felt it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that looks terrible.
It felt terrible, too.
Can you imagine in the future, like 5 years from now, somebody's paying like $100 per pack and they open one of those?
And it didn't have anything special in it. Yeah. Yeah. Wah, wah, wah.
Applejack. Ooh, something's coming
Oh,
up.
here comes a pretty one. Ooh,
It's
she's got
Pinkie Pie, another SR. So the third slot must be the rarity slot for these.
Okay. Okay. The
No
third
fun
in the
intended.
pile.
Not the pony rarity.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
That was my last pack.
This is our last one.
Okay.
Last one to open. And then we'll do a little quick recap. All right. Oh, squeak. What is that? Little screaming
Baby cakes, yeah.
ponies in
Yeah,
the
that's-
tub.
Pinkie Pie and some Lesson 0.
Ooh, here's one
what is
more.
that?
Ooh, I love this one.
That is a GR.
All right, you check. That's
That's
Fluttershy
a
looking
GR.
so pretty on those flowers with the butterflies and the birds.
The GR is pretty high up there.
Like third
Yeah.
level?
Yeah.
All
So-
right. Ooh, that's a
Yeah,
good
that's
one.
a nice one. So when you do the recap, I'm gonna go look. I'll look through.
Oops,
the
I didn't
rarities.
show them those.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, that's okay. They're not going to be. Okay. Yeah.
Nothing.
All right, neat.
All right.
All right.
All right. So grab the cards
Okay.
and then just do a recap. I'm gonna try to capture what rarity that is. So that is the GR. That's third from the top, or fourth from the top.
Okay, that's a good one.
And that is an SR. That's kind of that's kind of at the bottom.
This one's super cute.
This is another GR, which is fourth from the top.
Okay.
Pretty rare. And that is an SR that's kind of at the bottom. And that
so
one's
pretty.
really nice. And I don't even know where the code is on that one.
It's like down here.
Oh, that is an RR.
Oh.
That's a ruby rare. That's third from the top. So that's our highest card so far. And then this one is a CR, which is 2 levels below
The ruby.
the ruby rare.
Okay.
And then this is an SR, kind of lower tier.
I love this one.
And that is an ER.
That is so
Ooh, that's the highest card now. So this would
You
be
can tell by the foil
Yes, yes.
level on that.
So this one ranks, that's the highest one so far.
All right, that's our
So
highest one.
These two would be our highest ones. And that is a SR, kind of low tier.
Okay, still pretty.
And that is an SR.
All pretty.
And that is an SR.
Okay.
And what was that one? That is that's another SR.
Okay, most are SRs.
And that is a GR.
Okay.
So that is below RR.
Okay, so that's below those
So
two.
you got ER, RR. Yeah.
And what about this guy?
And that is an SPR. That is our highest card.
That one is?
Yes, that one is our highest card. That is an SPR.
Wow.
It says right there, SPR
Higher
18.
than the ruby?
That's higher than the ruby.
And then these two, right? Or somewhere in that
Yeah.
are the next two levels.
The next 2 levels.
These
So-
are all going to take sleeves, I think,
Oh,
right?
of
We're going to
course,
put
of
these,
course.
sleeve them up, baby.
Definitely. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much
All right.
for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.